In coming weeks, there will be a federal election in New South Wales, and so New South Wales will elect 6 new senators. At the last federal election, 1,763,074 voters in New South Wales gave their first Senate vote to the Liberal National Party ticket, and as a result, they won 3 of the 6 senators elected. At the top of this year's New South Wales Coalition Senate ticket is the incumbent Senator Andrew Bragg. Now, I don't know Senator Bragg well, but he does strike me as a bit more enthusiastic and a bit smarter than the average senator. Bragg has spoken up to his credit a few times about reasonably good microeconomic reform, but Senator Bragg is a self-described moderate Liberal. He wrote a book urging Liberal voters to vote yes in the Voice referendum. He was the public face of Liberals for Yes, but exit poll analysis reveals only 10 to 15% of Liberal voters voted yes in that referendum. So Senator Bragg is not only out of touch with Australia, but with his own party members and voters. In 2022, Bragg described global warming as, quote, a huge economic opportunity for our country, and we need to embrace climate change to maintain our international competitiveness. Bragg went further and referred to those sceptical of spending endless billions on a fairy tale to change the weather as conspiracy theorists. Now, I am sure, Madam Acting President, that there are some Liberal voters who agree with Senator Bragg and they should vote for the coalition ticket. But I suspect many and possibly most Liberal voters in New South Wales have a different political outlook to Senator Bragg. The lead Libertarian Party Senate candidate in New South Wales is former Liberal federal MP Craig Kelly. Mr Kelly should write a book called I Was Right About Everything. Let's go through Craig Kelly's greatest hits of getting it right years before the political class caught up. The process that gave us the Voice began with the Turnbull government, like many other bad things. Craig Kelly was the first public figure in Australia to warn against a de facto third chamber, this is his quote, a separate body with people voting for people based on race, end quote, well said. Anyone today with half a brain now looks back at the COVID hysteria and is ashamed of our collective response. But in those dark early days when the world lost its marbles, it was the libertarians all around the world who took a stand to argue against the hysteria. Craig Kelly was the first federal MP to speak out against COVID madness. Now, the worst people attacked him with venom, but Craig Kelly has never repaid venom with venom. He does repay venom with cold, hard facts. Warp speed vaccines didn't work and it was diabolical. We were all forced to take them. And I'm sure no one in this chamber is up to their 9th booster shot. And if you're following the science, if you follow what the bureaucrats say, you should be. Has anyone in Australia been more courageous than Craig Kelly when it comes to exposing the madness of the climate cult? Now, John Howard, Tony Abbott and Peter Dutton are all too smart to have fallen for that cult, but they've all been too weak to not admit that they didn't believe it, particularly with their office. Vote Craig Kelly for courage. When the Albanese government introduced the Morrison government's misinformation and disinformation bill, the biggest attack on free speech we've had, it was Craig Kelly who, out the back of this Parliament at Speaker's Corner, organised a very successful rally against that bill. So there's your choice, Liberal Party voters. If you want more Malcolm Turnbullism, vote for the coalition ticket and Andrew Bragg. But if you want gutsy, truly Liberal leadership, then vote for Craig Kelly and the Libertarian Party Senate ticket. In fact, Madam Acting President, people across the country should vote for the Libertarian Senate ticket everywhere in all the 6 states. Voting Libertarian has 2 upsides. A Libertarian Party senator will overwhelmingly vote the same way as a Liberal, except for when the Liberals betray their founding principles, like I do here, Madam Acting President. But if we don't get elected and you preference the Liberal Party, well, you've got the consolation that they won't be as bad as a Labor senator, which is generally true. In conclusion, Madam Acting President, and politics aside, Craig Kelly is a truly terrific guy and a very courteous Aussie gentleman. I've had the great privilege of getting to know him quite well since we both fought for democratic reform of our former party. For those of you who have not had that privilege, I can assure that Craig Kelly is as kind-hearted as he is wise on policy. I urge everyone who hears this speech to draw up a list of 5 friends and then convince them to vote for Craig Kelly and all the Libertarian Party candidates across Australia. Thank you.
Authorised by Craig Kelly, Libertarian Party, Sydney.